New on Sportscenter, here he is, Steph Curry, after the big win.
I don't know exactly what point in the year it was when we were below 500. And after a 12-3 start, an emotional roller coaster of the season, for us to be able to, climb our way back into relevancy and then, trick off a couple opportunities to get it done within the 82. It just came down to, having one game where we just get a win however we could, and thankfully it happened. And now with some clarity on, who we're playing in the playoff series, great Houston team that's had an amazing year. For us, just a sense of relief that we have something to look forward to now, and I'm excited about the challenge.
Steph, as one who's won championships in many playoff series, where did this play in victory rank in your career?
I'll put it this way, Mike Dunleavy in the locker room had the game ball, and after Coach did his thing, Mike interrupted and was like, I got the game ball here, 4 championships, and he threw it to Steve and said, this is your first play-in game win. So that, obviously you got to have some fun with it. It's done well for the league, obviously, keeping some interest and some drama down the stretch of the season, and for us to finally get on the other side of it and live to play hopefully a solid 7-game series. It's exciting.
Jimmy's called you Batman about 4 times tonight.
What?
Yeah, he's on interviews on TV, on the podium. He's calling you Batman and him Robin. Has he done that to you?
No, that's why I said, well, I hadn't heard that one yet.
38 from him tonight. I know, there was some talk maybe in the weeks leading up to this past week about him, does he need to amp up his scoring aggression? Did you ever push him to, or did you know it was coming? Did you ever want it to come sooner?
There's been a few games, here and there sporadically where he has been a little bit more aggressive looking for a shot. He's obviously been getting to the free throw line, and I think it's obviously the sense of urgency of him, winning games that matter down the stretch. But I never doubted it was coming. It's just he always has a sense of pride on playing the right way and whatever the game calls for. And I think he kind of understood that he's been here before. He understands the nerves and the adrenaline and the expectations, and none of that rattles him. It's just he plays basketball at a high level, so that's what's coming out. I don't think it's it's predetermined that he's being aggressive, but it's just because of the moment. And so we definitely needed every one of them. And you could tell he's a dog and a winner and loves these type of environments, and it brings the best out of him.
Steph, over here, you've played a lot, obviously, with GP over the years. Why do you guys mesh so well together, and how instrumental can he be in the playoffs, as he was at times in 22 and as he obviously was tonight, beyond just his defense?
Well, you have to start with his defense because that's the way he can change a game with his ball pressure, just his knack for the ball. And then offensively, it's no secret. They're going to play off of him, force him to knock down shots. He's not afraid of taking them. He can knock them down. He's great in the pocket, getting to the basket. He just knows how to play basketball, and if he doesn't have a shot, he's swinging it and, setting great pin and screens for me, just always in the right spot, and he uses his athleticism to his advantage. So if they put bigger guys on him, he takes advantage of it, and he's a savvy veteran that way, and he's always made an impact. And me and him have a great chemistry because you got to give up something.
Draymond said he's really looking forward to that first film session ahead of the series. What is that first film session like ahead of a playoff series with Steve?
It is just attention to detail. You really just flip the book on Houston and their patterns, and you want to truly understand, hopefully them better than they know themselves kind of vibe, and just be as prepared as possible. It's fun because you have everybody locked in on what we enjoy about a playoff series is just one opponent, and it's the chess match from before the first game, and then in between every game. It's just trying to find the subtle changes or game plan discipline that can help you just win 4 games. And so it's been we missed the playoffs last year, and the year before that, Sacramento and LA. It's just it reminds you just how much fun the playoffs are, and that chess match that goes back and forth. And so sitting down that first film session gets the juices flowing.
Steph,
we talked about it, and it's always play basketball the right way, shoot the ball when you're open, attack, get into the paint, get to the free throw line, and pass it to the open guy. So no matter who's guarding me, I'm always going to play the exact same way.
Did you figure that scheme, though, would lead to, you getting to the rim a lot and, scoring as much as you did?
Yes and no. I feel like I have the opportunity here to pick my spots incredibly well, and they're always looking to get me the ball in my spots where I can be aggressive and put the ball in the basket or make the right play for the next individual. So we ran a couple sets for me to do that, and then Steph did all the other stuff.
How did you decide, early you took a couple of those threes when they were way off, and then you kind of just started going to the rim regardless. Like, how do you decide when to keep shooting the threes or when to just kind of power through?
I can shoot. I just choose not to shoot threes. I'd rather drive into the paint, get me a layup, a midi, or pass the ball to somebody that's probably a much better shooter than I am. I think probably you and everybody else want me to shoot more threes, but I like shooting some layups.
Jimmy, throughout the season, you said that you will take what the defense has given you in terms of shooting and being aggressive offensively. You've had 20 attempts in each of the last 2 games. What have you seen on the floor that has warranted that?
That we may need me to score a little bit more right now, but it could change come when we play Sunday, something like that. If I can get 17 assists and we win, that's great. If I can get 10 steals or 2 steals and we win, that's great. But I think me scoring a little bit more has definitely helped us a little bit.
Jimmy, what personally bothers you more, turnovers or missed free throws?
Turnovers. I hate turning the ball over. Free throws, but turnovers really irk me.
What do you think you can take from this game, especially going against somebody like Edey compared to going against Houston with their defense and someone like an Amen Thompson?
Not much. We'll go back to the drawing board and see how I can be effective on the offensive side of the ball. But I really believe I can score with the best of them. I don't care who I'm lined up against.
Jimmy, even before you got here, the conversation was, get Steph to play meaningful basketball again. He wants to play meaningful basketball, and you've certainly underlined that ever since you've been here. How is there satisfaction? Relief might be the wrong word. Obviously, you've got games to play, but to get Steph, to get this team back into a meaningful position again, what does that feel like?
It feels great. I want everybody to be happy. For sure, Steph, he deserves it. What he's done for, the game of basketball, not only this city and this organization. He's in it for the long haul. He wants to win. He wants to win every single game, every single possession. And I know I want to win a championship, so he needs his, this would be number 5 for him, so he needs one more.
Could you sense that from him today?
Yeah. Every game for me, though, he's always, it's like I always say, you're never really out of any game when you have him on your team. And if you have a lead of 5, he can easily take your lead to 15 to 17, maybe even 20 all by himself. So I'm glad that he's on my team.
Jimmy, you weren't just guarded by Zach Edey and Jaren Jackson, all the big guys. You also had to guard them. How much do you enjoy going up against the 7-footers, really big dudes down the paint?
Not a lot.
Not a lot? Not a lot?
That's Draymond's job. That's the defensive player of the year. I'm not the defensive player of the year, so Draymond needs to be able to guard the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, and the 1. I just need to be able to guard like 2s and 3s.
Jimmy over here. You've obviously played in the league a long time. Have you ever seen anybody like Gary Payton II? Steve described him as a power forward on offense at 6'2", and a point guard on defense. And what kind of difference did he make tonight, and can he make going forward?
He's going to be a reason that we win a couple games in the playoffs. But what I love most about GP is he makes sure everybody's calm. You know, he lets everybody know, yeah, we're going to be just fine. We just got to get a stop. We got to get a bucket. We got to execute. He'll take and make some big shots for sure, get a big-time dunk and get the crowd into the game, and then guard whoever you ask him to guard. But more than anything, he's poised, he's calm, and it's like he's been in this league 15, 16 years.
Xin chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Và hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là hình